For the latest film interviews, reviews, and everything making news in pop culture, subscribe to Film Companion now.
This was a controversial book when it released and won that big international prize. I'm pretty certain that this film adaptation is going to generate some debate as well. Hey guys, my name is Sucharita. This is Film Companion. You're watching Not a Movie Review, and right now I'm not going to be reviewing The White Tiger.
I want to be a driver for your son.
Hey, I'm Ashok.
Balram Halwai, the protagonist, ironically hails from a village named Lakshmangarh because all he wants to do is not follow his elder brother. Instead, he wants to live up to his own elder brother named Balaram. After he is made to quit school to repay his family debt, he starts working at a tea stall, hoping to emerge from the coal he's tasked to break as a diamond. Soon, he lies his way into a job as a driver at the village's most affluent man's home. Gradually, he learns more about the privilege, eavesdrops on conversations, and through acute observations, figures out various ways to denounce his older life and work towards the life he aspires to lead. As much as Balram wants to up his stature in society, he is just as desperate to leave his past behind. And not behind in an underdog way, somebody would overcome obstacles, but behind in a way that at this point he stopped caring about who lives and who dies, which here can be interpreted in two ways. One, which says that modern India's chasm between the haves and have-nots is so wide, there is no institutional way to bridge it. The other, which penalizes Balram for his own misfortune and daring to be a poor man with ambition. Watching this film, it kind of becomes evident that Arvind Adiga's writing and Ramin Bahrani's adaptation both want to give you the space and information to make up your own mind about all the characters you're seeing on screen. There's enough opportunity to enter the scenery and check your own biases by finding your reflections in people on display. While there is the unfortunate Balram making even more unfortunate life choices, there are also upper class men with God complex, an Indian American with a savior complex, and an American educated Indian who's anything but complex, a very basic man who thinks he knows better than the whole country put together just because he has an international education. And in some shape and form, all these characters are upholders of the very system they're seemingly looking down upon. No. Balram, in an attempt to escape the abominations of India's caste system, doesn't think twice about throwing Muslims under the bus repeatedly. The upper-class Indian zamindars, who seem to have made their money via various corrupt methods, are thwarted by the very politicians they thought were in their pockets. The Indian American, who wants to make every poor Indian's dreams come true by standing up for their rights, gets overwhelmed within a matter of weeks when she realizes her tough Brooklyn upbringing hasn't quite equipped her to play Mother Teresa. And the Indian American entrepreneur who scoffs at castes and bribes eventually comfortably falls into the contours of privilege designed for him by various generations, leading to an undoing. So ये film रास्ता नहीं दिखा रही है. It will be a gross generalization to say that it's even portraying the true face of poor, rural, oppressed India. Considering all the exposition-y voiceover, on my lips there is a big contented smile. Yes, I can see it. So all the slightly annoying voiceover is from the point of view of only one man who has zoomorphized his own people as chickens, silly animals bred for human consumption, unwittingly comparing himself to a white tiger, which at the end of the day was yet another animal bred in captivity for human enjoyment and spectacle. So it's only his point of view, not a generalization. The film wants you to feel the unfairness of the world we live in throughout its runtime. The upstairs, downstairs-ness visual metaphor, most famously seen in movies like Parasite, Spirited Away. Ashok and Pinky, the rich masters with the most common names, live high above in a tall tower, whereas Balram curls up on a dusty mattress in the basement, not allowed to go up unless summoned. But when he hires employees of his own later in life, he gets out of his upstairs office and goes down to them to distribute their salaries. So devoid people like Balram are of the luxury of owning their own time that female companionship has eluded them, hardening them up to become pent-up monsters. Balram has never known tenderness, hence his feelings towards Pinky are mostly that of lust, but he is almost romantically infatuated by his male boss, Ashok, smelling his perfume deeply, calling him his ex at one point. Actor Adarsh Gourav, who I last remember seeing in 2017's Mom, here with his tone, accent, body language and physical approach to the character is all kinds of splendid as the mysterious Balram. I am thoroughly impressed with the investment in the role and the grasp on his craft to create and outshine even Rajkummar Rao, Mahesh Manjrekar, Priyanka Chopra, Jonas, Vijay Maurya when they're all sharing screen space. The ever dependable Rajkummar Rao is in a weird place here. I believe for the first time I'm seeing him in a film where the camera is not trained on him. He's playing a stencil stereotype with very little personality. His role is mostly relegated to the scenery. He effectively delivers the level of performance we've come to expect of him, but unlike Ludo, it's not much to write home about. Priyanka Chopra Jonas, who's also a producer on this film, as Pinky is the single embodiment of the entire Parasite Park family. She has the most practiced accent of the two and presents the realistic and moving performance most of us self-righteous do-gooders will identify with. Most of the film plays out via an email Balram is writing to the visiting premier of China. In this lengthy confession of everything he's done to get to the point where he's a small business owner, Balram spares no detail, and also in his megalomania invites the premier of China to set up shop together. Now, I am to understand that in the book, which admittedly I have not read, these were unsent letters Balram writes over a couple of nights. So writing emails and accepting his crimes doesn't quite check out, because from the first shot we know that he's got some serious psychopath energy. मतलब कुछ तो गड़बड़ करी है इसने. So why is he confessing everything? I feel like I'm skirting very close to giving away important plot points, so I'll stop here. And I suggest you watch the film on Netflix, then perhaps come over to my Instagram and we'll chat there in the comments under the review. So on a scale of 1 to 10, the White Tiger is 600 kilo. ज्ञान दे दिया मैंने यहाँ पे इस लंबे से वीडियो में, तो सॉरी आप फिल्म देखो ना जाकर. Subscribe to Film Companion and actually go check out Anupama's interview with the cast and crew. It's pretty cool. They shot it before the pandemic. जाके देखो.